Welcome back, guys. Jozzy here with an important news update. So, getting straight into it, as in a dramatic and alarming escalation of the Middle East conflict, Ismail Haniyeh, the political leader of Hamas, was assassinated in a pre-dawn strike on his residence in Tehran of Iran early this morning, Wednesday morning. Now, this is the very man that is on some of my video thumbnails. So the assassination, which Hamas immediately attributed to Israel, occurred mere hours after Israel claimed responsibility for the elimination of Fuad Shukar, a senior Hezbollah commander in Beirut of Lebanon. So what exactly happened with this latest event? Well, the assassination of Haniyeh took place after he attended the inauguration ceremony of Iran's new president on Tuesday. According to Iranian state media, Haniyeh was killed when a rocket struck a facility for war veterans in northern Tehran, where he was staying. And to zoom into the exact location where this event occurred on the map, we'll head to Tehran and pinpointing it all the way to right there. Now, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps confirmed the death, stating that one of Haniyeh's bodyguards was also killed in the attack. Now, while the exact details of how the strike was carried out remains unclear, though of course the immediate blame has been placed on Israel, which has a history of targeting high-profile figures within Hamas and other militant groups. Now, as for the location where this occurred, in Iran's capital, a location of strategic importance given that Iran's significant role in supporting militant groups like Hamas and Hezbollah continue. And so the attacks setting in Tehran, a major city with high security, underscores the boldness and reach of the operation, highlighting the deep penetration capabilities of Israeli intelligence services. So how can something like this happen? Well, Haniyeh's assassination appears to have been a highly coordinated and precise strike, reflecting the advanced capabilities of Israel, despite Iran deploying plenty of air defense systems in the area. And yet, interestingly, it's not even as if Israel fires rockets, missiles, or drones at Iran every day of the week, even every month. Of course, the last time it happened was back in April of this year, with that strike into Iran from Israel following an unprecedented attack by Iran, where they launched around 300 drones and missiles towards Israel. But as for this latest strike carried out in the early hours of the morning, reportedly ensured minimal collateral damage but sent a strong message. So why did this happen? Well, the assassination of Haniyeh is seen as part of Israel's broader strategy to eliminate key leaders of Hamas following the group's devastating October 7 attack on Israel last year. Israel has already vowed to eradicate Hamas leadership, viewing them as the masterminds behind ongoing violence and attacks against Israeli civilians and military targets. As such, it would seem that once Israel found they had their opportunity, they went for it, ensuring the elimination of this key individual. And while we still don't have any clearer or confirmed details on the weapon used, or exactly where it was coming from, most reports seem to suggest a rocket, which would likely mean a high-precision missile. So what are the implications of such an event? Well, the assassination has several immediate and long-term implications, as clearly the death of Haniyeh has significantly escalated tensions in the Middle East. Iran's supreme leader condemned the killings and vowed harsh retaliation against Israel. And so the supreme leader, or Ayatollah Khamenei, stated that Israel had prepared a harsh punishment for itself, and that Iran considered it their duty to seek revenge for Haniyeh's death. This rhetoric, coupled with the recent assassination of a senior Hezbollah commander, raises the specter of a broader conflict that could engulf multiple nations in the region. This event will also have an effect on the ongoing ceasefire and hostage release negotiations between Hamas and Israel, with his death complicating these efforts even further, potentially derailing months of diplomatic work on reaching a ceasefire in Gaza, as the assassination casts doubt on the feasibility of such an agreement in the near term. The international community has reacted with alarm and condemnation. Countries like Turkey, Qatar, Russia, and Pakistan have strongly denounced the assassination, calling it a dangerous escalation and a violation of international law. Turkish President Erdogan described the event as treacherous assassination aimed at disrupting the Palestinian cause and undermining regional security. Russia's foreign ministry labeled it as completely unacceptable, political assassination, warning that it could destabilize the already tense situation further. But of course, Russia's words aren't worth a lot in these types of situations. Now, interestingly, and something I've previously mentioned on the channel, is that although Haniyeh is the political leader, or was the political leader, of Hamas, a Palestinian Sunni Islamic fundamentalist militant organization and political party, Haniyeh himself has been living in exile in Qatar since 2019, having left Gaza due to safety concerns. 2019. Though despite his distance from Gaza, Haniyeh remained a central figure in Hamas, directing its political strategies and international negotiations from afar, and in fact living in very high levels of comfort in Qatar. So then, as for the outcome of such a serious event, Iran's potential responses to Haniyeh's assassination are a matter of significant concern. Tehran has the capability to retaliate through its various proxies in the region, including Hezbollah in Lebanon, Shia militias in Iraq, and Houthi rebels in Yemen. These groups have the means to launch missile and drone attacks against Israeli targets, potentially sparking a wider regional conflict. However, it could also be seen that the Iranian leadership, particularly the president and the supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, will likely weigh their options carefully, balancing the desire for revenge with the risks of provoking a full-scale war. Also, Hezbollah, the militant group mostly staged in South Lebanon, which is just beyond the northern border of Israel, is a group that is deeply intertwined with Iranian interests and may also very likely take retaliatory actions, particularly due to the also very recent elimination of Ford Shakar, a senior Hezbollah commander in Beirut, which certainly adds another layer of complexity. Now, Hezbollah's leader, Nasrallah, is known for his strategic patience, but also his willingness to act decisively when provoked. And the group's substantial missile arsenal, capable of reaching deep into Israeli territory, poses a significant threat. So any escalation involving Hezbollah could lead to a protracted and devastating conflict along Israel's northern border. Then, of course, there is the question of the impact on the Gaza conflict. Haniyeh's assassination, occurring amid this backdrop of the situation in Gaza, is likely to fuel further violence and unrest within the region, complicating any efforts on this front. But it is quite likely that Israel will continue their military operations in eliminating all Hamas elements found within the Strip, as per their stated goals. So to conclude, based on these most recent events, the assassination of Haniyeh marks a pivotal moment in the Middle East conflict, one that could have a far-reaching and potentially catastrophic set of consequences. As regional tensions escalate, the international community faces the urgent task of preventing further violence and seeking pathways for peace. As such, the coming days and weeks will be critical in determining whether diplomatic efforts can succeed in averting a broader conflict, or if the region will descend into a new and even more dangerous phase of warfare. So that's just it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and might see you in the next one. Cheers.